So with the question of how do globalization affected my life, I think globalization affected my life in a way. Well, since globalization talks about imports and exports, I think it affected my wants because nowadays I prefer the import products than our locally made goods. I think globalization also affected my life as a student, as a financial management student, because I needed to understand how the global market works and what affects it, especially today. Um, Tensions are rising between countries brought by the COVID-19. How they see globalization creating more impacts to their lives. I think globalization will impact my life in the future. Well, since I'm a third year student right now, 2 years from now, I will be graduating. I think by that time, globalization will affect my life. Either there will be more job opportunities for me, or there will be less, because either there will be more foreign investors investing in our countries, or the foreign companies right now here in the Philippines will be pulling out their uh, offices here. So with that, it will affect my life. Either I will be unemployed or what by that time.
Globalization has affected my life in terms of changing my perspective in what I want to be or what I want to look like, what I want to eat, experience. Basically, it changed how I want to live or how I want my lifestyle to be. Especially now that I'm into K-drama. So I want to try anything Korean, like their fashion, their skincare, their food, as opposed to before, wherein I only shop local or try local things or experience local things. Um, Now I patronize products from abroad and I want to experience things that are outside of the country. Another would be that globalization liberalized the way I think. It broadened my way of thinking as opposed to before, wherein I try to conform to the Filipino norms or way of thinking. Right now, I am more confident and I'm more curious. The discussions that are considered taboo here in the Philippines or are not really talked about because they're sensitive or they're too hypocritical or basta anything that Filipinos shy upon on talking about. I'm more into discussing with other people, and then it made me more active with my advocacies like women empowerment and gender equality, and it made me overcome other things that Filipino old Filipinos teachings forbade me to learn about. So I think globalization will continue to affect my life in terms of my decisions as to how I want to live in the future or what I want to try in the future. Like, I want to become more cultured, more exposed to other countries' traditions and cultures. I also want to try to live how they're living, like their mentality or their norms. And then also want to be more competitive. Like I want to acquire more skills, be more efficient, be more effective in the things that I do. It definitely changed what I want to become in the future. Not really changed, but made me want to think of a different plan than what I have right now, which is to become a lawyer here in the Philippines. Like, I think um, it's not that practical anymore because I can't practice law outside the Philippines. So I'm thinking of changing what I want to become in the future. Like I want my profession to be applicable anywhere around the world. So that's one thing. That's another thing that globalization affected me with.
Hello. So, globalization, what is that? So, globalization is the word used to describe the growing interdependence of the world's economies, cultures, and populations brought about by cross-border trade in goods and services, technologies, flows of investments, people, and especially information. Countries have built economic partnerships to facilitate these movements over many centuries. So, how did this affect us? How did this affect us Filipinos? So, globalization is like a double-edged sword. The good thing about it is help our economy take shape. It provided us a mark in the global trade system, and it gave us a lot of revenue to help the government and to help us, the people. The bad thing about it is that we Filipinos think that imported goods are better than locally made. So we have this stigma or this negative thinking that when it came from a foreign country and you think that it is better here in locally made, thus affecting the local small business and really gives off a bad mark. Thank you.